What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am DeMarius Jackson, and in today's video we're going to be talking about scale cells for jazz improvisation. So a little while ago I made a video on chord cells for jazz improvisation. I'll leave a link to it up here. Make sure you check that one out as well. It's kind of a precursor to this video. So in this video I'll go over 5 scale cell variations. We'll go over 3 different ways to practice those variations, and then at the end I'll go over each variation over the tune Giant Steps so we can kind of hear and show you what they sound like on an actual tune. But first, let's go over what scale variations are. So scale variations are just a form of a digital pattern. So all we're doing is assigning a number to a certain scale degree in a scale. So if we use C major, for example, C would be 1, D would be 2, E would be 3, etc., so forth and so on. So the first scale cell variation is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1. Sounds like this. Scale cell variation number 2 is going to be 3, 1, 2, 3. Scale cell variation number 3 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 2. Scale cell variation number 4 is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. And scale cell variation number 5 is going to be 8, 6, 7, 5. Alright, so earlier in the video I mentioned 3 ways that we're going to go about practicing these scale cell variations. So I'm going to be using scale cell variation number 1, and the first way that we're going to practice it is chromatically ascending. So for this example I'm going to start on C major and once again go up chromatically ascending. Here we go. So the second way that we're going to practice this is the exact same thing. It's just chromatically, except it's descending this time. Here we go. And the third way that we're going to go about practicing this is through the circle of fourths. It sounds like this. Alright, so 2 things to be aware of. There are infinite amount of ways to practice these scale cell variations. Circle of fourths, you could do them diatonically, through different intervals. These are just the top 3, or the first 3 that I'll probably recommend going about doing. And the second thing is, if we look at giant steps, which we'll have here in a second, there are 3 major tonalities in giant steps. We have major, we have minor, and we have dominant. So you're not only going to want to practice these and get them really good under your fingers in major, make sure we're going through minor, make sure we're going through dominant at a minimum before we start veering off into other exotic scales. Anyway, now that we have all that over, this is scale cell variation number 1. But before we do that, make sure you head over to my website. I have the PDF of all this stuff there for free if you want to follow along. Anyway, here we go. Scale cell variation number 1 over giant steps. Here's scale cell variation number 2. Scale cell variation number 3. Scale cell variation number 4. finally, scale cell variation number 5. Alright, so there we have it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, go to my website, www.DeMariusJackson.com. I have all the things there PDF for free. You can download it and do your thing. And I'll catch you on the next video. Out.